activity, but we can't forget about the defense. You're going to see a lot of activity from number 21, Jackie Taylor, who leads ACC in blocks.
That's number 21 in the white. So away we go. Happy Halloween, everybody. First big swing comes from the prolific pin hitter, Malaya Jones. That one was a little wide, and so North Carolina gets on the board first. So that is going to be the pin hitting battle today. You saw Hampton for UNC. Jones is SMU's kills leader. That big swing, it falls in. Kennedy Rogers.
Kennedy Rogers for SMU right there, number 3 in black. She's going to be a key component because SMU is without their leading scorer Living. So she's going to see a lot of action, number 3, on that left pin for SMU.
Yeah, this is now a 4th straight match that Jaden Livings, who is tied for the team leading kills, will miss. Chelsea Thorpe pounds that one through. Haley Pierce serves it away for the Tar Heels. Up high, this time back to Rogers, and she rolls it over for a kill. So it's not just Livings who is out for Sam Erger's team. Again, it's a 4th straight match without their very prolific outside hitter. But it's also Natalia Newsom. That's one of their starting middles, the sophomore. Has missed back-to-back with a back injury, out today, and probably questionable for Sunday's match against Duke. So SMU remains shorthanded. Hampton gets rejected. So there is Newsom on the right. You see Livings on the left.
And look, just from both of their productions on the offensive end, they're losing about 30% of their offense with Newsom and Livings out.
That's a huge amount, and nonetheless, they continue to roll. They've won 8 straight, and including a couple of matches against ranked opponents. Previously, it was Louisville and Miami a couple of weeks back. That was when they were at full strength, though. Jackie Taylor serves it. That's long. SMU has the slight edge in the early moments of this first set. Pair of upper echelon teams in the ACC going head-to-head tonight. Up high to Hampton. She's got it.
I mean, what an aggressive serve on the side from number 4, Wilburn, but the pass was handled by North Carolina, and you see Safi Hampton there on that left pin getting a kill.
So Hampton, the junior from Jessup, Maryland, she has been the offensive engine for North Carolina, which is having one of its best seasons in a long time. That serve is a bit long. Last year, they went to the NCAA tournament. This year, they've raised the bar, having won 10 straight recently before the loss to Louisville. Casey Batenhorst to serve it away. Program vet in her 4th year. Sienna Kaza, the center, chases it down and finds Hampton again.
Me, oh my. That was high elevation there from Hampton on that left pin. Just cleared the block.
So this is a make-or-break stretch for UNC. If they want to remain in this ACC title race, they've only won 1 game against a top 25 ranked opponent to this point. They're going to play 4 in a row against, forget about top 25, top 10. There's an ace. UNC by 1. So on Sunday, they lose to Louisville in 4. They got trampled in the first set. But then the 3 others, they wind up winning the 3rd set. The 2 others they lost were 2-point set L's, so they were very close.
And when we talked with Coach Mike Shaw, he said we did not start off very well, obviously, in that bounce in the first set against Louisville. So they have to start off strong tonight. And that's absolutely what you're seeing from this North Carolina Tar Heel squad.
Yeah, there's the 3rd-year boss. He still believes and knows that his team is in a good spot. Last year guided North Carolina to its first postseason win in 8 years. How much further will they go in his third season? SMU responds, but it is North Carolina by 1. So here's Carlson, one of the best setters in America. Leads the league in assists per set, and she helps lead this offense to perform at a very high level. Carlson is looking for Madison Shear. Was there a touch? No touch. North Carolina point.
But you see how fast SMU and Avery Carlson wants to run that tempo. You see it come nice and flat outside, but just a miss hit for SMU.
That was close. But instead, no challenge. We play on. There's another ace. And the second in this first set for North Carolina. You know, they're not the best at the service line, but today they got 2 in the first.
And what you're looking, North Carolina is really doing a good job of serving the seam. It's causing SMU to try to decide who's going to pass that ball.
UNC digs out that sheer attempt. So here's one for SMU perhaps to convert. There's a touch at the net.
Close.
Who touched the net? SMU is in the net. So that's a point for UNC. They're on a 6-1 run.
Very close contact. That is how Livings went down against Louisville here. You see a lot of activity there. And it was called on SMU, but I'm looking at that as the North Carolina touch got away with one.
I think UNC has had a couple of breaks go its way in the early goings of this one. That swing is... That's off of the UNC block. SMU puts an end to that 6-1 Tar Heels run. So Rogers subs back in for SMU. Shear at the service line. She's played a lot more, with Livings out now for a 4th straight match. Oh, that finds the soft spot. There's Laney Smith.
And for the second serve in a row, SMU has really been IDing Haley Pierce. That's number 33 in white. But she has been passing dimes to be able to still run the offense. It goes pin to pin, and you see on that right side, North Carolina takes care of the ball.
So UNC, 7 kills on 11 swings, only 1 error. So a very good percentage to begin. Rogers trying to tap it. And so now a free opportunity for the Mustangs. Rogers again. May digs it out.
And again, you see that quick tempo by Avery Carlson pushing it pin to pin. It's a good recycle by Jones to get some offense and some transition for SMU.
SMU trying to convert. That's a block, and it's a conversion. SMU with the rejection.
You talk about work, Croft. And you've got Rogers in number 3 really IDing that ball, and you see step inside the court. Rogers did a good job of setting that block for SMU.
2 really good blocking teams. They're both top 20 in the nation. UNC has been maybe a smidge better to this point. Barron's going really tight to the middle. That's flipped back up. And so this rally continues. May is going to have to set it high for Pierce. It's a touch. UNC kill.
Pierce, number 33 in white, threads the needle on that block. You see Rogers gets it, leaves her a little bit of line, and Pierce goes for the kill.
Pierce, first year with the program. She's been productive. 3rd on the team in kills. Here's Hampton. It's a 5-point UNC lead.
And I think right now for SMU, they really need to focus on the pass. Right now, they're hitting at a 133 as a team in this first set, while you have North Carolina hitting at a 438. That's big time.
Yeah, they have been sharper. The score reflects that. That's there you go. That's a pass that goes awry, and it's a 6-point edge. Largest of this first set.
Again, you see North Carolina serving the seam. That is between Rogers, number 3 in black, and you've got middle back passing that ball right through the seam.
It's a 10-3 run now, Jen, since UNC fell behind by a couple early. So Jones takes a big rip and hammers it. An emphatic finish at the net. Malaya Jones, that is their dynamic pin. She is playing at an all-conference level. Her final year of college volleyball. Thorpe trying to respond, and she does. North Carolina, a sharp start. 6-point edge and our first time out in this first set. 25 top 10 ranked opponents. Now they played Louisville on Sunday, lost in 4 sets. It's SMU and Pittsburgh this weekend, and then at Stanford next Friday. And this is a gauntlet, and we're going to see what this North Carolina team is made of. Jen, we've got a 6-point early set 1 lead over SMU. Rogers denied that time at the net. So SMU has been very pin-heavy with their swing so far. Rogers going to take another rip. And it is just not working right now for SMU offensively.
And that's absolutely what the block and defense does to an attacker. It puts so much pressure, especially when they continue to recycle balls. North Carolina and the stability at the net by Thorpe and Shutter was perfection.
Jones from the back row. That one was wide. Wow, 17-9 lead for North Carolina. So it's a bit of a statement here in the early goings.
And as I mentioned, Kevin, it's all about the serve and pass game right now for SMU to really try to find some offense. Again, they're hitting at an 0.50, while North Carolina is hitting at a scorching 4.44.
Yeah.
So the efficiency for an offense to be ran by a great setter like Avery Carlson, it starts with a pass.
You know, they've got three fewer digs, and I think that just ties to something that you have been talking about. It's how UNC has been serving SMU. By the way, you take a look at some of these numbers. SMU, they have trampled the competition during this 8-match win streak. Last weekend, a couple of 3-0 sweeps of Wake Forest and NC State. Tonight, a little more difficult in terms of the competition level. They have been thriving, and it's just a little bit of a shaky first set, that's all. So while we got a moment, let's remind you that the fall seasons roll on, and we've got 2 more ACC championships for you right here on the ACC network and on the all-new ESPN app. Women's soccer, first round coverage begins Sunday with Louisville and Duke at 6 Eastern, followed by Virginia and Florida State, plus the field hockey quarterfinals begin Tuesday at 10 Eastern in Louisville. So you think this is more of what UNC is doing right, the pressure that they're putting on SMU at the service line so far?
I think what North Carolina is doing really well is that they're playing their game and they're starting off really strong, something that they did not do against Louisville. And once you come out, it's how you're going to pace the rest of this match. And North Carolina is really, really doing a good job of just maintaining and focusing on their 30 feet.
What a 180. They lost that first set 5 days ago, 25-10. Yeah, that is...
And it looks like they're trying
Talk about stumbling.
for a little bit of revenge right now as they lead SMU.
SMU again without 2 starters. Rogers just having a tough time over there. You know, this is the freshman from Missouri City, Texas. She's been playing a lot more. You know, then again, she's still the first-year player. Gets rejected that time.
And again, you've got Shutter and you've got Thorpe on that right side. Hands over early. There was no way that Rogers, number 3 in black, could do anything.
Boy, this deficit continues to grow. It's a 10-point cushion for UNC.
Serving the seam, you see number 6 go between Rogers and number 2 out of middle back. Rozzi, they cannot handle the pass.
So UNC coming into this match, they're dead last in the league in aces. They got 4 in this first set. So this is a lopsided opener. Hampton with good contact. Jones dug it out. Crystal Wilburn, yeah, off the block. Goes with the tool, that works. Sam Erder's team. Right, let's not let's not make any mistakes here. They have been one of the better teams in the sport all year. And they remain in the upper echelon of this college volleyball scene after the 25-win season a year ago. A shaky first set, though, to begin this road trip.
And this is why I love the sport of volleyball. You know, the first set, it can't be an indication of how the match is going to go, because a team like SMU, they're really going to figure it out. You've got Frazi struggling a little bit on serve receive, but they're going to get a serve, and then they're going to get their offense going, and that's when you got to watch out.
You know, that was the first swing right there for the very productive middle favor on Yanwu. UNC was able to handle it, and they dish it right back.
And we haven't talked much about Safi Hampton because North Carolina has just been taking care of business. You see the block for SMU was pushed too far over. Hampton takes advantage. Nice sharp angle to 4.
She's got the 4 kills, hitting .333, so a good start for UNC's kills leader. It is a one-sided first set. UNC is 4 away from taking the first set pretty swiftly. They have played very well at home. They're 9-2 at home this year. Their only other ranked win was in this building. That was against Florida back in early September, and they're 3 away now from a pretty clean and crisp set 1 win.
That was just a beautiful decision by setter for North Carolina to go against the grain. You've got Hampton on that left pin, but she makes the decision, number 8 in Wyatt Kaza, to just go against the grain to the right side of the court.
You know, it's Kaza and Barron. Those two have been running that 6-2 offense in recent matches with Emily Bobbitt still out. They are doubling up SMU. And that was Sam Erger's last time out of this set. So what is it now? Is it 4 sets for UNC in this opening set?
Well, I think for North Carolina, it starts from the service line. They've been so aggressive, and you see they have 4 aces on the match, but it's more about precision. Where are they trying to place these serves strategically to get SMU out of their serve receive? And you see that the struggle continues, and you see it on the scoreboard with the deficit.
It's been critical.
Everything right now at this juncture is absolutely critical. What North Carolina can't do is they cannot take their foot off of the gas. SMU has to focus, make sure that it's intentional with their first contact to set the offense, because you've got the nation's top setter in Avery Carlson, but she has to be able to distribute, and that comes from a pass.
Well, she just hasn't gotten a clean ball that often. I would say this is not quite what we would have expected right out of the gate. Only top 25 battle in the league tonight, right here in Chapel Hill.
Look for Safi Hampton to go straight down the line to try to serve that seam. A little bit too much mustard on that hot dog, but she's trying to serve the seam to get them out of system again. She says that's okay, next ball. They've got a bit of a cushion to be able to get side out.
Little room for error. They're up 10. And is that going to fall on this side? No, it won't. So a misconnection right there. Center and middle. She was trying to go to Lauren Shutter.
And remember what I said. North Carolina cannot take their foot off the gas on a team like SMU, and you're seeing a little bit of a lapse in mental toughness here. They have to reset so they can get back into their game plan, North Carolina.
Kaza to Hampton. And that was the 4th hit, wasn't it? Yep, that was the 4th hit. Well, so SMU has rattled off 3 in a row. And Mike Shaw has taken a timeout.
Gotta have a minute.
Those two conferences, I think the top of those leagues is definitely the strongest collectively. UNC has only beaten 1 ranked opponent this year. On the other hand, they've only lost 1 against the top 25 foe. That was just a few days ago against Louisville. So This is the most challenging stretch of the year for the Tar Heels. Meanwhile, for SMU, they scheduled aggressively in the non-conference. They've won a couple in league play that have been very impressive wins. Pierce takes a swing. SMU keeps it alive. Point SMU. A big swing that was wide down the line. 4-0 run for the Mustangs. Not going away quietly, and of course you wouldn't expect that. Big rip, that was long.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big rip by Lainey Smith to get out of this rotation for North Carolina. But what Avery Carlson was trying to do was she was trying to get into the route of Haley Pierce to minimize that offense for North Carolina.
It's in, point SMU.
Nice, smart shot by #1 in black on that right pin for SMU. Just nice tip off hands for the point for SMU.
Opportunity again for the Mustangs. Wilburn turned away to the back corner. That's gonna work. Smart shot from Malaya Jones.
I believe I said it when it was 20-12. North Carolina cannot take their foot off of the gas, and that's what you're seeing here now, and SMU is fighting back.
All right, we're gonna have a set point here coming up. That was a 6-1 SMU run until that latest kill for Jackie Taylor. Zoe Barrett serves for the first set. Carlson, back set, Jones gets it done. So this one continues, and if you're SMU, just building momentum for a second set if they can't complete this massive comeback.
You're absolutely right. Now, North Carolina could probably come out with this set unless there was a miraculous run by SMU. But it still feels like SMU has the momentum because you've got Jones, #1, really getting some kills on that right pin. And now you're starting it from the service line with Schillings in the back line.
It's still an extended 8-2 run after the latest ace. Schilling. Pierce ends it. First set goes to North Carolina.
First set, so let's see how they come out if they're going to be clicking on all cylinders again in the second.
At one point, SMU, by the way, they went on that 8-2 run to tighten things up a bit. North Carolina ultimately put the final nail in the coffin. There's Safi Hampton from the back row.
Just look at the tempo. That's almost as though she is attacking in the front row. You see her, she cannot pass that 10-foot line, but she goes well into the attack zone.
Boy, she is incredibly athletic. So is Malaya Jones. Just a high leverage swing. Great connection that time with her setter. And so the two big pin hitting stars, each with a rip to start the second set.
Malaya Jones needs a counterpart in this offensive threat for SMU. Let's see if they're going to find it.
Can anybody get to that? Barrett tried to pop it with the right fist. But it's SMU, just a little too much heat at the net. By the way, there's Natalia Newsom. You mentioned the players that are out tonight. Newsom, one of the starting middles for the Mustangs. Jaden Livings, one of the kills leaders for SMU. She's out for a fourth straight match. Pierce with the kill for UNC.
Haley Pierce on the match so far in the second set. She's got 4 kills, 0 errors. She's only taken 6 swings, but again, North Carolina is really hitting at a high clip as a team.
on the slide. Favor on Yanwu. Could not land it. Dugout. Wilburn. Not that time.
They were looking to get a touch off the block. Number 4, Wilburn, that's a smart shot to really take it high and try to find some hands, but she just could not on that North Carolina block.
Pierce offline with at the service line. It's a lot of service errors for UNC, but they do have 4 aces. 4 big points at the service line in that first set. Well, that is going to work somehow for North Carolina. Thorpe was still able to push that one through.
Well, Thorpe, that is just high IQ there on that right side. She saw the blocker's hands, making sure that she was the last to touch the ball. That's how she won that point.
Knotted up at 4 now early in this second set.
Number SMU, the changes that they've made, you see now that number 15, Shearer, Madison Shearer on that left pin. She is a staple there, as well as number 4, Wilburn. So we see that Kennedy Rogers, number 3, she struggled for SMU on that left pin. So let's see if they can get some offense.
Carlson wants Shear. Saved by UNC. Hampton converts.
Barron shot that ball almost too fast. You see it come quick off her hands, but Safi Hampton was ready right down the seam of the block for that kill.
That's a precision kill that time by one of the breakout stars in the league this year. Sienna Kaza, one of the setters in that 6-2 offense, serves it. Okay, so Carlson, that time, surprising North Carolina.
But that's really just Avery Carlson's ability to see the defense. She must have seen that they were spreading out, assuming that she was going to make that set, and she just shoots it right into the donut.
Hampton leaps. That was a touch off the block. It's good.
SMU going with the short serve, but Safi Hampton able to handle it. Nice high set.
So Hampton has a match-high 7 kills and only 1 error. She's hitting .353. Nice job of May tracking that down. Pierce with the soft attack, handled by SMU. Hampton with the dig. Whistle, North Carolina in the net. UNC touched the net.
They're looking.
But pardon me.
It was the wrong call made by the R1. It was actually a double because number 22, the middle, you see Lainey Hampton take that second ball, but because it went over the net, it was called a double.
And so SMU with the point.
A little miscommunication you see on the side of North Carolina, but SMU again in a long rally can convert.
Kaza wants Hampton from the back row again.
That's just beautiful offense by Kaza on the side of North Carolina. You have your middle number 3 coming tight to the center, thinking that first tempo option is going to happen. And here comes Safi Hampton out of the middle in the pipe.
Well, she excelled from the back row. She has all year, but specifically a few days ago in that Louisville match, that was something that went well for UNC. But she is a weapon in that rotation. 7 up. Early portion of the second set. Much more evenly matched start to this set than the first. So free ball for the Tar Heels. Smith, yes. Lainey Smith, a sophomore from Durham. That's 4 kills now for Smith. So she, Hampton, and Pierce, they are all swinging at really high clips. Oh, so is Jones.
Oh my, look out below. She put some heat on that ball. Coming inside, you see Avery Carlson bring her away from that pin.
She is playing at an all-conference level. That's Jones, the 6th-year senior from outside of Sacramento. First year at the program, last year of college volleyball.
She is angry. She wants the ball right now.
Carlson tracks it down, instead serves it up to Wilburn. That's good, off the block.
And I honestly think that that's been the difference maker for SMU. They've been able to get some transition offense from Wilbur and Shear on that left pin, and that just spreads the opportunity for Avery Carlson to set her attackers.
Tied at 9. SMU can't handle it after the big swing. And so Barrett went looking for her star once again. Safi Hampton. UNC by 1. Neither team has led by more than 1 in this set. So we just go back and forth. It's been very close. Shear defended at the net. Pierce covers some ground. Hampton again.
And I like North Carolina's ability to switch up the tempo. And I'm talking about the tempo from the attackers. It doesn't always have to be a hard-driven kill. You see a little bit of finesse there by Hampton with the tip over the block.
Yeah, a lot. She is crafty at the net. Mike Shaw likes to say no one can solve the Rubik's Cube quite like Hampton. Heck of a dig from Taylor, by the way. I don't know how she handled that one from Jones. Last touch by UNC, so SMU gets one back.
And honestly, even though North Carolina lost that point, you see the excitement. Jackie Taylor handled a ball from Malaya Jones out of the pipe.
That was impressive.
I see you, Jackie Taylor.
Taylor, that's 21 in the white. She checks out for the moment. Barrett tight to the middle. Shutter bangs it off the block. So first kill, and it should be, yes, it is the first kill of the evening for Lauren Shutter, the physical middle from Kansas.
And that's what it means to be available to your setter. She saw that Barrett was too close to the net. She was her only available hitter, and number 3 takes care of the ball.
It's been a balanced, you know, it feels weird to say that because Hampton has 10 kills, but there have been a handful of other UNC attackers who have been productive, including Lainey Smith. She now has 5. So that's 4 different Tar Heels with at least 4 kills very early in the second set still. And
you see Kaza gets a mid-range ball. She's teetering at that 3-meter line, but she's still able to distribute the ball. That's a nice high-level kill on that right pin.
So UNC now edges ahead by 3. Biggest advantage for either team in this set. North Carolina got hands on it at the net. So they have the upper hand here. They're going to have to send it over. Opportunity for the Mustangs. Jones comes flying in for a kill.
That is the decision-making that you love to see from Avery Carlson. She saw that Shutter, number 3 in white, faded a little bit too far to her right. and she was able to set Jones on that left side head.
What a unique journey for Carlson to this point. First couple of seasons at Baylor, when Sam Erder was an assistant on staff at Baylor. She recruited Carlson to play for her at the collegiate level. Ultimately was not able to coach her until this year because she went and took the SMU job. Carlson was good last year in Texas. This year, elite. UNC by 3. Approaching that midway part of the second set. Applied a sheer. That's got to feel good for Madison Sheer. A nasty one down the line for the first-year Mustang.
Again, a difference maker on that left pin. She takes a rip, arriving at that ball, going line. It's a good job by Madison Sheer, number 15.
More playing time for the senior from outside of St. Louis the last few matches, again with Livings out. An ace for SMU. That's back-to-back points and a couple of biggies at this juncture. Sheer with her 5th ace. That time Hampton just whiffed. So second ace for the Mustangs. They go right back to Hampton. This one to Kaza. Here's Pierce. Finds the open spot on the floor. And that takes us to a timeout. UNC is the first of 15 for a second straight set. Already up 1-0. On top, Safi Hampton has flourished.
Well, right now she has 11 kills on 21 attempts, hitting at a 476. That is on fire, but it's just been the strong presence from the service line from North Carolina that has given Safi Hampton the opportunity to get these kills.
Several of those kills, she just comes flying out of that back row. I mean, she rises up from the back row like the great pumpkin out of the pumpkin patch. All right.
And if we look at the rise, talk about coming out of the pumpkin patch from her freshman year to her junior campaign, she has just continued to get better and better.
It's been a natural progression. Mike Scholl has talked about how it has been an absolute joy to work with her for 3 years. And that is a microcosm of this North Carolina team overall. Boy, Mike Scholl, any chance that he has to discuss this collective group, many of the players on the floor, they have been together for several years. And that's becoming less and less the case, of course, in the college game. There's a rejection. That one fell inbounds. So SMU all of a sudden has retied things at 15. There's favor on Yanwu.
I mean, you gotta love the swagger from Yanwu. She gets that block and she gives the lethal stare down.
One of the best defensive middles in the ACC. She's got an easy kill right there. And so North Carolina with a little trouble in serve receive. SMU leads by 1.
Number 21 becoming a lethal presence. You see that overpass. Middles love an overpass because we are definitely putting that ball right back where it came from.
It's a slam dunk. That's an easy one. Applied to Pierce. That one's going to wind up near the UNC bench. So SMU, they had that lead. They were trying to maybe stretch that advantage. They haven't led by any more than just 1. Their greatest lead in either set is 1. That's it. We're tied at 16 in this second.
But this is the advantage of the 6-2 offense that North Carolina runs. You see that Zoe Barrett subs in. You have Chelsea Thorpe on that right pin. Always having 3 attackers in the front row at all times is what is very beneficial for a team like North Carolina.
Look at Thorpe. Thorpe is saying, heck no. The initial call was a touch at the net. And Thorpe is telling her head coach, why don't we challenge this one? And she's got a smile on her face. And it seems to be very definitive here that she did not get a finger on this.
North Carolina is challenging that there was no touch.
Again, the initial ruling was a touch at the net. That ball going out of bounds, that's SMU point.
Now we see that the ball, the trajectory of the ball, it does go past the right hand of Chelsea Thorpe. You're looking at right now. Look at the phalanges right there.
Well, we're looking for bent fingers, right? In these situations, when you're slowing it down frame by frame, trying to see if a finger bends back, you're looking to see if the volleyball changes spin or trajectory.
After review, there was no block touch. North Carolina wins the point. They will retain the challenge.
Right there. That's our best look.
That's the best look there.
Yeah, and Thorpe was pretty demonstrative immediately. You know, sometimes...
That's that Chi-Town in her.
Yeah. Redshirt junior from Chicago. Sometimes even a coach can tell whether or not their player really means it. Oh, that's a good break for UNC. They were up one for just a moment. Favor Onyanwu punches right back. 17 all in a much more competitive second set in Chapel Hill.
I love and appreciate the aggression that Onyanwu plays with, because it is so much pressure on the attackers to be absolutely perfect.
Boy, and Thorpe goes over her that time. That is just a clever shot right at the net.
There is only so much that a blocker can do. You see that this is a good block, which causes Chelsea Thorpe to go with a tip. SMU's defense could not handle it.
Thorpe pointing at the floor that time. So Thorpe has got 4 kills. There are 5 different Tar Heels with 4 or more kills. SMU, meanwhile, only 2. You know, so they're 11 short of UNC in terms of the kills. A lot of their points late in that first set were on UNC errors. So there's one right there. We're tied up at 18 again.
And I think the difference maker again for SMU is that they have some production on that left pin, and that is largely due to number 4 Wilburn and number 15 Shear. And you see him on the left pin right now.
Hampton, just a miss hit that time. That was not off the block. That winds up wide. SMU by 1. The Mustangs have rarely been in front in these first couple of sets. They've got the lead, and here we go. Late goings of this set. Hampton with the left hand changes it up.
Just the ball for Safi Hampton, number 22. It just flew a little bit too far past her right attack hand, and she was able to put that ball away with her left.
The dexterity. She's got 12 kills now. We're not yet done in this second set. That's a 6 kill per set average. What a start. From the back row, Jones denied at the net.
And I think North Carolina did a good job there on the defensive end. You see a triple block. They knew where that ball was going. And Shutter closes it and gets the block.
We like that, those elevator doors, they shut.
You're going to get a foot fault.
Wow, yeah, that
6.
time it was Julia Bollinger. Step past that line.
And that's just a mental error on the side of North Carolina. That is something you cannot afford.
That's now 8 service errors. My goodness, they have piled up quickly. So Bollinger getting some support from her teammates. She's obviously frustrated. If you're SMU, this is a break. Can they get on a little run right now and steal this second set? Where's Carlson gonna go? Back set, Jones, handled by Barrett.
Gotta be able to handle
Oh,
that.
Shutter. Is this one still alive? It is. Jones. Maddie May on the floor to dig it out. And SMU gotta have it now, right? Carlson, the sheer. And they convert it. Mustangs by 1. Frantic back and forth. 1-point set. Both coaches, they've got both of their timeouts in crunch time of the second. That's an on-target pass. Yep, Hampton right off the block. It's a power kill to tie it up.
Haley Pierce just showed the importance of first contact. That was a money ball to her setter to be able to distribute wherever she wanted, and it was going to Hampton. 13 kills.
Yep, well, when you get an on-target set like that, right off the block. Smart shot. What a first couple of sets for Hampton. Shear's going to take a big rip, and Shear gets it to go. SMU back in front. Remember, we play first to 25, but you got to win by 2. SMU is, at no point have they been ahead by more than 1 in this second set. So if they want to win this, they got to go up by 2 at some point. Carlson wants Jones. Couldn't pound it. Smith, no. Right back to Lady Smith. Lady Smith ties it up.
Nice high hand ball by Laney Smith on that right pin. You're seeing number 23 get a lot of balls, and she is really taking care of it. Hitting at a 364. Doing a good job on that right pin from North Carolina.
17th tie, by the way, of this second set.
Absolutely. Good neighborhoods.
Glad nobody's given out any fruit or things of that nature.
Absolutely not.
And some raisin boxes. There were some years you'd have to have a couple of raisin boxes at the bottom of the pillowcase. That was not. And who gives out raisins? All right, big time moment in the second set. There was the touch, and it fell inbounds. Jones has got her team back in front by 1. Critical second set for SMU after it dropped the first one.
Now again, you've got 3 attackers in this 6-2 system for North Carolina, but look for Safi Hampton to come right out of pipe.
Instead, it's back to Smith. Oh, Smith! With several kills in the late goings of this second set.
And as I mentioned, for Laney Smith, it doesn't always have to be a hard-driven ball. You see with a little bit finesse right there, miscommunication between Wilbur, and she reached back when Schilling was there to take that ball.
Sam Erger is frustrated, not liking that sequence. Her team's got a chance here. This is Jones off the block, and it just catches enough of that line. It falls in. Set point coming up for the Mustangs. That one was close.
Got to close the block on that, sealing that net so those angles aren't available to your attacker. North Carolina would make that adjustment into the third set.
Jordan Schilling serving for a set point. Here's the kill and the finisher. So the Mustangs go on a late run to closely late in that set. Remember, we had the foot fault
and from the service
error
line.
at the service line. Yep. So here we go. We're all even now at a set apiece. SMU is going to start with the 1-0 advantage. Yeah, Pierce that time interfering with Carlson's ability to play that ball. A near ace, it sends UNC scrambling. Carlson to the middle on Yanwu, could not pound it through. Thorpe can.
Nice defense on the side of North Carolina. This is what Coach Mike Shaw talked to us about. They want to make sure that they're getting hands so they can get some transition offense, because he believes that his team will terminate if given that opportunity.
So Pierce back at the service line.
Another good block touch to get some transition offense going.
Yeah, that is North Carolina's specialty, what it does at the net. Very physical. That time, SMU with a little too much heat.
And I think this is the match that we expected to have. You've got SMU who took that second set. You've got North Carolina taking the first, but these rallies are what we have come to expect from both of these teams, playing very hard and aggressively.
Oh, goodness. That is a monster kill for Chelsea Thorpe.
I mean, did you expect anything less? Just look at the swing on that right side. You gotta love the way that Chelsea Thorpe plays. She's got 6 kills, 10 attempts, and plays with fun. She just loves it.
The North Carolina offense is off the charts right now. Wilburn, great shot.
How did she get that through? It doesn't matter. It can curve. The block was set for North Carolina, and if you blink, you're going to miss it. But it went right on the right hand of Chelsea Thorpe.
Boy, savvy swing for Wilburn. One of many freshmen on this roster. There's a handful of them getting some significant playing time right now. So Wilburn, she's from outside of Austin. Last Sunday, one of her better matches of the year against NC State, picking up where she left off a few days ago. That's too tight. Hampton somehow improvises, even at 3.
Again, the back and forth is what you're anticipating. This is the garbage ball, quote unquote, that I was talking about. It's an out of system, nice and high. Hampton was still able to take care of it for her 4th team kill.
14, and we have just started this 3rd set. That is a couple of times that she has been able to turn the garbage ball into a kill. That's happened several times. UNC goes in front by 1. You know, we just talked about the slate of games on the gridiron tomorrow around the ACC. That's like the analogy or the equivalent of the catch radius. She's got a big catch radius there. Doesn't have to be perfect. She could still convert at the net with really anything. Safi Hampton. She and Jones, they are the heavy hitters on the outside for both of these teams. They are both performing well tonight. Overall, they're playing at all conference levels. Casey Batenhorst is serving away. That time Shear was able to cover that one. Upper hand. Hampton had it turned away. Hampton nearly going over the scorer's table. Keeps the rally alive. That's wide. SMU by 1. And Shear knocked it off the block.
Nice job by Madison Shear recycling the ball. You see a block here, and the recovery, the defense on both sides has just been phenomenal the entire match.
Yeah, they're pretty even, both of these teams, in terms of digs. Here's Shear, right back at her. North Carolina with its 3rd block.
And just a little bit too low for Shear to really take a crack at that ball. But you see immediately Avery Carlson goes to her attacker and say, hey, I'll get you higher. She knows where the deficiency was, and she'll correct it.
UNC by 1. Yeah, very significant.
And we're going to see
Top 25 battle.
We're going to see our first challenge by Coach Sam Erger.
I thought the initial ruling was, the initial ruling, right, is North Carolina point. So here is our official.
SMU is challenging that there was a block touch.
Yes, all right, so that was the ruling on the court.
So we're going to get 3 looks here, and what we're looking for is if any of the fingers move back, and we're looking at the pace of the ball that goes right between the block. So it could be either number 23 in White Smith, or you're looking at the middle shutter, number 3. I'm honestly not seeing a touch.
We need something definitive, yes.
This would be the best look here. Just not seeing anything move there.
I'm trying to look and see something definitive as well. So that is the key. It is the call on the floor. The only way we can overturn this is if we have something indisputable that you can point to.
After review, call is confirmed, no touch, UNC point.
So UNC does keep the 1-point advantage.
And you see here again, right through the block between Smith and Shutter, there was no touch on that ball.
That's Young Park. That's the down official. That was really close. But I just don't believe there was anything definitive. So remember our challenge system in the game. So SMU did not. SMU loses the challenge, so it only has one the rest of the way.
And I think he's looking at it again. She fought that. To tell him to look at it again, I don't know if that's even allowed. But he is doing it.
Yeah, we have not seen this season.
Yeah. So what he's looking at, what we're told, is that he's now looking at the program fee. Again, I don't know if that's a call to be made. But Coach Sam Erger is very upset at the thought that the challenge is going to be lost.
Again, it has to be definitive. I don't think it would have been the ring or the middle finger of Thorpe, and I did not see them bend back.
Very accommodating by our two ref there.
Now, what's Mike Shaw asking? Should she lose the other challenge? That's just the continuation. Of course, SMU is only going to get docked just the one challenge. So Sam Erger has won the remainder of the match. Unless we reach a fifth set, then each team would get a challenge back, but no more than two total at that point.
That ball has to go over. Good communication on the side of North Carolina. It's got to go over again.
Even at 6.
SMU, their side is very calm. You're looking at North Carolina huddle up. They're probably saying, as a player, I would always tell my team, we've got to calm down. We've got to take care of the ball. And that's exactly probably what happened in the huddle for North Carolina.
No chance there for Kaza or May. So there's another serve-receive error. Mustangs by 1. So that's now 3 aces for SMU. And Carlson goes back to work at the line.
Carlson has really been trying to force Haley Pierce there. As you can see, again, try to pass that ball, spread the offense, make it predictable.
Carlson digs it out. That'll work. Shutter took a swing at it. Off the SMU players and down.
A little bit low, but again, that ball came fast from Haley Pierce. And you see Kaza, number 8 in white. There was the only person that she could really get that ball to, and Shutter takes care of it.
2 kills now for Shutter. That's a line. Somebody could have gone after it. Looked like Hampton did. Jones, just too much heat.
Maddie May there, she handled that ball, got it nice and high, but it was too far away.
So Maddie May, 4-year starter, wearing that libero jersey for the Heels. Sprawling out on the floor again. So who wants to take the big swing here? That's Pierce. That's an easy one for Schilling. Jones hammers it. Jones pounds it through the block.
Now, Kevin, what you saw on both sides of the net was each team taking care of the ball until they had an opportunity to terminate. And you saw SMU, Malaya Jones on that right pin, terminate. Haley Pierce for North Carolina, number 33, taking care of the ball as well. So that was beautiful volleyball on both sides.
North Carolina responds. Laney Smith off to a good start tonight.
Kaza delivering a good ball. Blocker for SMU, nowhere to be found.
But Smith is starting to take more swings lately. Last 6 matches, really dialed in, hitting about 350. Barrett to the middle. Now Wilburn with a cross-court kill. So the freshman gets it done.
And I love that number 4 came off the bench and has been very productive. She's got 7 kills, but just the nice, easy swing right into Coffin's corner. Again, Wilburn with 7 kills. I like how she's came out to play.
Yeah, right over that block on the latest one. Speaking of block, it's going to be too many touches. SMU has a 3-point lead. So we're in the 3rd set. Yeah, largest lead at any point for SMU is this 3-point edge. And feeling the momentum now after taking the 2nd set. There's Chelsea Thorpe, a laser.
I mean, there's absolutely nothing you can do but try to be in the right position to dig that ball. Chelsea Thorpe taking it a sharp corner, sharp cross for that kill. That's beautiful.
The torpedo. She's Captain Thorpe. That's wide. Wilburn off the block and adds another kill to her evening. That's 8, second behind Jones. The short-handed Mustangs have got a 3-point lead. Hampton with another kill, so it's down to a 2-point edge. That is 15 kills for Safi Hampton through 2.5 sets. So she has been undoubtedly the best individual performer to this point.
And honestly, we haven't said her name for quite some time in a slew of points on both sides, but she is always available to North Carolina when they need her.
Jones off those hands increases the lead back to 3. Now Jones right behind Hampton with the 14 kills. Those two going head-to-head tonight in this top 25 battle. A very important one for both teams in the ACC title race, which is a really good one right now. At the top of the standings, UNC tied for first place. Sam Erger's team is 1 game back. They're 8-2 in league play, and they've won 8 in a row.
And you see North Carolina, they were asking, do we have enough subs? Because, again, they're running that 6-2 offense. You see Kaza rotate in along with Lainey Smith.
Zach Barrett, that was Kaza on the floor to cover some ground. Hampton finds the floor.
A little bit of confusion on the side of SMU on the defensive end.
And what happened there? Neither player perhaps was in range to cover this one.
And it's more about the defensive position. You see Malaya Jones is coming up to take that tip, but who's going to cover that corner in area 1?
North Carolina denies Shear. So they've ripped off a few, even at 13.
Again, that ball from Shear should just be nice and high, giving your team an opportunity to play some transition offense, but the block for North Carolina was too big.
North Carolina, 7th in the nation in blocks per set. Today, they're averaging much less than what they normally do per set. That time a fortuitous block. That's a smart shot. Really well done by Lainey Smith.
And that delivery from Kaza was not meant to be inside. And you see that Lainey Smith takes care of the ball. Again, it does not have to be hard driven. That's a smart shot.
It's an experienced player, 2nd year, 1st year with UNC. She has gotten better and better as the year has unfolded, playing really good volleyball. However, there's another service error. We are really imbalanced in terms of what each team has done at the service line, meaning SMU way sharper.
Yeah, and that's what happened in the 2nd set. Now, their offense wasn't clicking, but they were still aggressive behind behind the service line. And you see that North Carolina has 10 service errors.
Hampton with another kill. That'll put her team up by 1 at the halfway mark of race. SMU, well, if you're looking at resume, they certainly got a stronger resume to this point. They have had more significant wins than UNC. For the Tar Heels, this would undoubtedly be their best victory of the season, just their second against a top 25 ranked team. SMU's got to bump it over. We have had some exciting rallies and some exciting stretches.
Again, it's the defense.
Third set.
The defense, both sides.
Oh, that time Shutter thought she had an easy one. Rejected by Maggie Croft. The freshman has been relied upon the last couple of matches with Newsom out. What a big moment for Croft.
Just look at the dig. Now, Malaya Jones is coming out of D, so that's area 1. But you see Maggie Croft coming in, denying Shutter out of the middle.
Yeah, first big moment for Croft in this match. Can Schilling get there? Yes, she can. All-out effort. Pierce off of Jones's noggin, it looked like.
Yes, you are absolutely right.
Rogers, was that long? That was wide, point North Carolina. Boy, the last couple of points have been well earned for each of these teams. So this third, very similar to the second. We are back and forth, evenly matched. You see with North Carolina, some of the errors at the service line. It's been a big difference. They're going to win that point 17-15.
And you see that Rogers took the last 2 swings by SMU. They're really trying to get her involved in the match because she is absolutely going to be needed if SMU is trying to go the distance. Now tied at a set apiece.
Freebie for North Carolina. Pierce rejected. Somehow that one is alive. Maddie May bumps it over. Big chance for SMU. Off the block. Point Mustangs.
Great decision by Avery Carlson. Again, you have Malaya Jones on that right pin, but you go with first tempo. You reward Maggie Croft out of the middle.
1 point set. Rogers packs a punch at the service line. Laney Smith again.
It's just smart volleyball, good delivery. Kaza notices that the middle is in front of her for SMU, so you've got Smith back there with a single block, and she takes care of the ball.
It's a good decision by the freshman Kaza. Rookie from Mars, Pennsylvania. She's played in now 5 straight. There's an easy one for Pierce. But it's been a whole lot of Kaza lately with Emily Bobbitt. The experienced returner out still with an injury. So we've got a timeout taken by SMU. After UNC takes a 3-point edge. Laney Smith with a double-digit kill performance. She's got 10 tonight.
And this is a name that we did not call in the first 2 sets. Again, we focus on Chelsea Thorpe on that right pin. We focus on Safi Hampton, of course. But Laney Smith has just been given shot.
That's good. A good paint job. Halloween in Chapel Hill. And we have a thriller. Jones with another kill. 2-point set late in the third.
Now I want you to see that Schillings takes away that ball from Frazee because she's been struggling the first 2 sets. So you're seeing a lot of repeat action here. You saw Rogers take away some momentum from SMU. North Carolina keeps it, but Schillings taking that pass, really trying to get the offense started for SMU.
Chelsea Thorpe, by the way, flexing on him after that kill. Hitting 500. Offensively speaking, that has not been the issue tonight for UNC. They are converting at a very effective clip. Hampton, a rare miss hit, back to a 2-point set.
And in that example, Hampton did not get her feet there, but she still took that risk and took that rip.
That's only her third error. We're deep into set 3. Jones, deep breath. Overpass. Here's a chance. This is Wilburn, rises. Denied by UNC. It's another block.
There's absolutely no way that Jackie Taylor, number 21, was going to give her that angle. You see Jackie Taylor pushes that ball right back into area 6, right into the middle of the court. Beautifully done.
North Carolina in position. 3-point edge. Late in the third. First to 25, must win by 2. Carlson, back set. Jones going flying. And it's SMU with the point.
Got to find Jones wherever she is. 16th kill, hitting at a high clip. Double-double on the match so far. 16 kills and 10 digs for Jones.
This is a heavyweight bout between Jones and Hampton. Again, both are playing at an all-conference level. Both top 10 of the league in kills. That one glanced off the side of Hampton's head, I believe, and then it goes out of play. So that should be.
Yeah, Hampton admits that she touched that ball. Rolled right off the side of her.
Yeah, that's an ace for SMU. They give it right back, though.
Can't follow it up with that. Now you're going to see the double sub for North Carolina. Kaza coming in. And you've got Lainey Smith. Again, we highlighted her 10 kills on the match. So another power arm on that right side to complement Hampton on the left.
Offensive distribution. I know Hampton has been superb, but the distribution is as good as it normally is for North Carolina when it plays at a high level. Body sprawling out, but it's SMU with the chance. Jones again tries to roll it. They got a freebie. Carlson, Rogers gets it done. 1-point set.
You know what? I love to see it. She struggled in the first 2 sets, but she continues to swing. Avery Carlson is setting her up, and you see her take a big rip, and she absolutely crushed it.
Just snapped it. Rogers, the freshman from outside of Houston. Oh, there's a second service error for SMU in these late stages.
Got to play your best ball in your 20s. And right now, a couple of unforced errors on the side of it. But they play with a lot of energy, and sometimes that's an intangible. Right now, you're seeing SMU play with a little bit more aggression, but is that good for a team? North Carolina is just playing easy, loose, and they're making sure they're taking care of business.
Well, they got set point coming up. So can they close it out and go up 2 sets to 1? Hampton back at the service line to try to close it out. Carlson looking for Jones. She rolls it. May sprawls out. Is there a chance? No, that one hit the antenna.
Almost.
SMU's alive, and it will serve it.
The elevation was there for Haley Pierce, but just clipped the antenna.
You know, I know we're spotlighting the offensive performances of several UNC players. Maddie May just continues to play at a high level. She's had some quality digs. She's been doing that for 4 years. I think they're cleaning it up. That might have been where she just dove, too.
She's got 13 digs on the match.
Carlson serves it. Kaza to Pierce. She converts. UNC is up 2 sets to 1. Four sets to Louisville. Two of the sets they've dropped in that match were very, very close. And now you're playing SMU tonight. You got a 2 sets to 1 advantage. And an opportunity that you don't want to lose today. Zoe Barrett, how about the center getting involved?
And what Coach Mike Shaw did there was save a substitution because, again, North Carolina runs a 6-2 offense, but keeping Zoe Barrett in the front row for one rotation paid off.
Barrett goes back set to Thorpe down the line, but wide. Everything was in system there, but Thorpe could not convert it. Boy, the last two sets have been, they have been a whole lot of fun. They have been very evenly matched. It's not as if either team in either of the last two had a huge advantage. Neither team had any shaky moments in the last two sets.
Just been good all around.
Yes.
Defensive volleyball.
Oh, speaking of that, SMU now with 7 blocks on Yanwu, this sophomore from outside of Dallas. I mean, she has proved to be one of the better defensive middles in the league this year.
Let's just watch it again and again and again. It is so thrilling to see
your alley.
an aggressive middle blocker want to stop a hitter, and that's what you get at the front net.
Remember, Yanwu was a highly regarded recruit coming out of high school. Top 10 in the nation. She winds up going to USC with her unfortunately injured teammate Jaden Livings. Both of them have quality freshman seasons. USC was in the tournament, but then they hit the portal. They both want to come home. A couple of Dallas natives, and so Yanwu and Livings, they have steered SMU to this brilliant 20-game start to the season. Now the problem is there's Livings on the left. She is out for a 4th straight match, as is her teammate Natalia Newsom, one of their starting middles. So these short-handed Mustangs, they are down 2-1. However, a fast start.
And SMU on a 5-0 run because North Carolina is just trying to do too much. They're getting the pass, they're getting the sets, but they're trying to move the ball around unnecessarily. Haley Pierce had a good look at that swing, and right now it's just a lot of unforced errors, a lot of chaos right now. They need to control it.
Yeah, bumpy stretch that Mike Shaw has taken theme, I think, of the night. So SMU is before I got distracted here, I was trying to tell you they've got 4 wins against top 25 ranked opponents. The best win recently against Louisville. They're down 2-1 tonight, but they are off to a strong start in this 4th set, and it's getting stronger. 7-1 lead after the Jones kill. She's got 17 to match her counterpart, Hampton.
And you know what, honestly, Kevin, I think this has been the MO for SMU. They get down, they don't start off very strong, but they're proving the point that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And right now, they are the aggressor.
Well, remember that Louisville win a couple of weeks ago. Come from behind, 5-set victory in Louisville. My goodness, 8 in a row now for SMU.
And now we're going to get another look at a new player coming in for North Carolina, number 10, Bridget Malone.
She's gotten some extended playing time of late in some recent matches. And Mike Shaw making an adjustment. Her overpass leads to an absolute rip.
And there was no way that Coach Sam Erger was not going to serve the fresh meat that walked into this set. Again, Bridget Malone, she's going to serve. She's going to have to receive this ball once again.
Yep, they're going at her.
She handled it very well.
Right back to Malone. SMU keeping it off the floor. UNC with a chance. This is Thorpe, soft attack, it works. So that snaps the 9-0 scoring run for SMU.
And you see right now, Chelsea Thorpe is urging her team, let's get some control. We have got to make sure that we're still going after it right now.
You can
She's
see
like,
the body language.
Continue to go, let's step it up.
The attitude, this UNC team. Malone now serves it. Carlson had to track it down over to Wilburn. There was a touch. Point SMU. Which direction is this match going to veer? Is SMU going to make a statement in this 4th set and force a 5th? Will UNC claw back, try to close it out in 4? Where are we going tonight on Halloween night? Hampton, that's a kill.
And sometimes volleyball, with both of these teams being so elite going back and forth, it's a battle of attrition. And right now, SMU is really winning that game. You're seeing North Carolina a little bit lax, a little bit tired, not really taking those same rips that they took in the first 2 sets. But you've got SMU really elevating and continuing to get better as the match goes along.
Yeah, UNC just stumbled big time right out of the chute to begin this 4th set. Mustangs have had the upper hand, of course, since they're up 10-3. Quick to the middle on Yanwu. It's a laser.
Perfect example. SMU in control, making sure they're able to get first contact. Nice, good pass from Schillings. And Yanwu finishes the play. On the opposite side, you've got North Carolina looking at each other, not communicating. They've got to control this pass.
5 kills, 6 blocks for the sophomore. Rogers off the block. It's good.
You just feel it. Don't you feel it?
They feel
SMU.
they look sharp right now.
SMU is just elevating, continuing to get better. You see Rogers digging herself out of that hole. She's got 4 kills.
It's a good serve that time. Hampton, though, going up, drops it in. 12-4 advantage for SMU.
And right now, Lainey Smith, number 23 for North Carolina, checks in. That 6-2 offense gets a different look now, different level of energy, new energy on the floor for North Carolina. Let's see if they can change it up.
Smith has played so well tonight. Tough one. Carlson somehow handles it and shoves it out to Rogers for the kill. So Rogers with a couple of big swings in this 4th set. She's got 5 total. And the freshman, you mentioned this earlier, a couple of errors in that first set. But this rookie, she is going to be much more relied upon moving forward with Livings out for the next couple of weeks. And she's played well. I don't think there was a touch. SMU stretches its advantage to 10. It is 14-4. A major upper hand for the Mustangs in a set they have to have. Down 2-1.
And North Carolina right now just does not look like they have the same legs they did in the first 2 sets to really push this right now and get some points on the board.
Very bumpy 4th set. But credit SMU because they sensed that they could seize the momentum, and they did it right out of the gates to begin the 4th, and they have had their foot on the gas, hitting .545, errorless offensive volleyball for the Mustangs in the 4th. There's a timeout, by the way. UNC has got to take it. They're out of timeouts the rest of this set. And the offensive centerpiece for SMU today, it's been Malaya Jones. Just like all season long, she's got a team-high 17 kills, hitting .350.
And again, she was a beautiful compliment to Livings, but with Livings out, she has taken the bulk of the offensive power, and she's been doing it phenomenally. Again, 17 kills, only 3 errors. Right now, what you're seeing, I believe, on the side of North Carolina, as a former athlete, your legs get a little bit tired, and that mental exertion comes into play at this moment.
Hampton off the block, it converts. It's 15-5. SMU's got a big advantage. Still want to see how some things unfold before we start to talk about, are we headed towards a 5th set? But look, SMU has got a big upper hand.
They've got all the momentum in this.
By the way, 20 kills for Hampton, partner. So that's a new season high. She's getting close to a career high. And another one, another punch landed by the Mustangs.
An unexpected set. The defense for North Carolina was not ready for number 20 to take that first tempo swing. And Maggie Croft getting her 2nd kill in the match.
That pass was not on target. Out of system offense. Jones, yeah, lands it. Took advantage of the Tar Heels scrambling on that side of the floor. 18 kills for Jones.
But what a hustle play by Kaza to just keep it available. But there was nothing that you can do when Jones is on that other end and you feed her a ball like that.
Look at the score, 17, make it 18-5. You know, at times in that Louisville loss, the serve receive was a little so-so. And so now all of those undoings and shortcomings in terms of the serve receive and the passing is starting to come to light for UNC.
Now look again, Avery Carlson is going to go straight down line at Haley Pierce. Tired legs here.
There she is. It's on target to Kaza. Back set. That's handled. So big chance. That was pancaked. Kaza, she did slide her hand underneath it. Play continues. Rogers, a miss hit. Boy, credit the freshman. I believe that was Kaza who slid her right hand underneath that volleyball. It was falling here. Yep.
Giving all-out effort, and it paid off there. You see Shutter able to close that block with her right side.
SMU, though, is still tripling their opponent right here. 18-6 the advantage. In control. Pierce couldn't pound it through. Rogers, no touch. Point North Carolina. Well, she does have a gnarly right-handed swing.
It's so hard. It's so powerful.
This is
and
a freshman.
That's what you're seeing on the side of SMU. They're still going with power even so late in this match.
SMU hitting 353 this set, even after that attack error. They've got a significant advantage trying to force a fifth set. Rogers. That time she lands it.
Nice little shot by Rogers. Love to see it. Again, she's got a powerful arm, but you see her just shoot that ball, a little bit of dink right on that angle in 4.
You know, she went right back to that shot. She previously tried to go cross court and mishit it. Goes right back to it, senses the weakness on the opposite side of the floor. On the second go around, lands the punch.
That's a perspective that it doesn't always have to be power. It can be precision, and that's what you saw out of Rogers there.
Mia Silva was at the service line there. Oh, and Silva saved it. Second chance for Laney Smith, or pardon me, that was Jackie Taylor. There's a kill.
Jackie Taylor out of the middle is the first that I've seen that went with some power and some aggression. You see that towards this level in the match, your legs get a little bit more heavy, and that's what you're seeing from the left side out of North Carolina. But Jackie Taylor out of the middle with her 5th kill, going with power and getting it.
My goodness, that's just the 6th kill for UNC. They are hitting a negative hit percentage in this 4th set. SMU is the first to 20, and we are looking at a potential 5th set here. SMU is 5 away from pushing this one to the brink. Top 25 ACC battle. It's the only one around the league tonight. And a high-stakes one in terms of the ACC title race. Jones hit that time.
She tried a little bit of finesse. She tried to go thumb up at an angle, just off speed. The block was too big on the side of North Carolina.
We're in the 4th set. That's just her 4th attack error. That's it. She's taken 40. Boy, this has been a terrific matchup between Jones and Hampton. Their numbers are essentially identical.
Nice easy pickup. Nice easy pickup from Maddie May, but good transition offense on both sides.
That time Bollinger kept it alive. Hampton off the block. Playable for the Mustangs. Lengthy rally. Blocked! Get that out of here! No, you tonight on Halloween.
Denied like an X on Instagram. Look at the elevation by Yanwu. Just beautifully done.
That should be block number 7. Yes, that is. It's a 7-block night for Yanwu. Down the line and wide. It's 21-10. Just everything about SMU's mojo in this 4th set.
Legs are still a little
good.
heavy on the side of North Carolina, but you gotta love the way that both of these teams are playing on the defensive end.
UNC got their hands on that one. It came straight down on this side of the floor. Lauren Shutter was the player for UNC, who was very slow at her feet. Boy, everybody in the building got very quiet. Shutter kind of stood up and said, hey, I'm okay. That is the redshirt junior from Alma, Kansas. Now, that was a point for SMU. It went straight down on the UNC side. So the Mustangs 3 away from forcing a 5th set. Barrett had to track it down. Dug out by Bollinger on Yanwu. Slam dunk. She has come alive in this 4th set. Fourth set. Great volleyball clash here in Chapel Hill. And if we want to remind you, if you're looking for Duke UNC soccer, it has begun on the app, and we will get you there when we are done with what is potentially turning into a 5-set top 25. Maybe a thriller, maybe.
And again, previously the last few points, you're seeing some apprehension now on the side of North Carolina. You can understandably see from Shutter, and that could have been very, very detrimental to the offense for North Carolina. But we're looking at a different SMU team right now.
You know, the phenomenon you hear in basketball, the team that forces overtime, they sometimes, or more often than not, have the upper hand. That is what it looks like right now. I agree with you. SMU isn't going to walk into that 5th set sauntering with the upper hand. It's a nice kill from Smith. Probably too little, too late. Again, UNC doubled up here. SMU, or pardon me, UNC will serve, and it is set point once again for the Mustangs.
And what North Carolina wants to do is they want to extend this 4th set as much as possible. You see with a point there, takes Hampton to the service line. So gaining momentum is very critical for them.
Big swing, miss hit. Croft could not convert it. 2 of the league's best look like they are headed for a 5th set in Chapel Hill.
North Carolina wants to go on a run if they're going to force a 5th set.
Oh, is Jones going to put the nail in the coffin? Malaya Jones with her 20th kill to force a 5th set emphatically. And the Mustangs
Bench that she can go to.
It is 1st to 15 in this 5th set. Win by 2. Julia Bollinger with an ace. That back right corner. It's North Carolina's first ace since the opening set.
Now Jordan Chilling has to take this ball. She has to be the aggressor. As the libero, as the best passer on that squad, she's got to go aggressively to these balls.
So Bollinger back to the same area. Here's Jones. It's rejected back to this side. Malaya Jones with a kill. Even at 1. 21 kill performance for Malaya Jones. Came into this match 5th in the league in kills per set, playing at a high level, all conference level this season for the Mustangs.
Look for Bollinger to pass this ball. She's got to pass nails. Again, an out-of-system ball right to Safi Hampton.
gets it done. Off of the block, SMU by 1.
Now I'm wondering if Maddie May in this position is going to pinch a little bit in serve receive, because right now Bollinger has to pass this ball on the side of North Carolina. You see she gives a dime.
Yep, Bollinger on target. Thorpe bangs it through.
When you pass well, Bollinger puts it on a dime, able to deliver. Chelsea Thorpe may not have had her feet there, but she was able to terminate.
That's now 10 kills for Thorpe. She is the 3rd Tar Heel with 10 or more tonight. Barrett to Thorpe. Went with a soft attack. Big swing from SMU. Denied. That one, though, falls wide. Just out of play, SMU.
And everyone on the side of North Carolina is looking at that, wanting Mike Shaw to challenge, and he says, absolutely not, next ball. We gotta play through the points. We have to earn our points here.
He has 2 challenges, just to keep in mind. Hampton took a big rip. This is Wilburn. Thorpe blocked. But it's one down. That time, pardon me, it is wide. So a very similar situation that happens in reverse. So that one fell down wide of the line. UNC ties it up.
You see Chelsea Thorpe takes a really nice swing, and you see the stare down at the end. That's that Chi-Town in her. I love it.
How you like me now?
From Chi-Town girl to another. I love it, Chelsea.
Wilburn misfires. Onyanwu trying to just settle everybody down. In this 5th set, you can't let anything get away from you. It's 1st to 15. You don't want to find yourself in too big of a hole or a deficit.
Well, what SMU doesn't want to find themselves is getting trapped in the emotional expense that North Carolina usually plays with. They want to be able to maintain their aggression and be level-headed in the emotional aspect of this match, and that's what you see here.
They get one back with Onyanwu.
Absolutely, just takes a nice, simple swing, gets SMU back on track. They do not want to match emotion for emotion, because that's where North Carolina would get them.
Another great performance for Onyanwu. There's Kaza going to Hampton, went up high to try to take a swing.
Good job by Shutter putting that ball back.
And it's a rejection by Shutter.
We gotta see the work. Shutter going end to end, really doing it on the defensive end. She gets the first touch. Gotta love it.
5 blocks tonight for Lauren Shutter to lead all Tar Heels. Only Onyanwu with more in this match. Oh, Jones, clever move to tie the score at 5.
Just high IQ there by Malaya Jones, seeing the hole, understanding the defense was way too far back, and just putting it right over the block.
High-level battle. 2 of the top teams in the league. And an important one in terms of the ACC title race later this season. Rogers is going to have a chance. Rogers, no good. Is there there's a net violation.
Shutter in the net.
It gives SMU the upper hand, 6-5. 1st to 15, win by 2. It's a 5-set showdown now. Take a look.
You see a clip at the net on the forearm by North Carolina there.
There's a block out of play. We are tied again. Another evenly matched set.
And you look at the players, and they're giving it their all in this 5th set, but we got to pay attention to the coaches. They're also really battling strategically what's it going to take for either of their teams to win. You see Coach Mike Shaw on the sideline just continuing to push his team on, while Coach Sam Erger is an emotional refuge for her team now. She's very intense, as it shows with the style that SMU likes to play with.
Jones with the latest kill. She's got 23. Not a good look there for UNC. Carlson, back set, Jones. That's dug out. Here's another chance for the Mustangs. Rogers turned away. Jones, soft attack. May on the floor to pop it up. Long rally. Malaya Jones. A wicked swing. Her team's up 2. They switch sides. It's the halfway point of the set.
At this point, I want to be a spectator because this is some amazing volleyball on both sides of the net. This is what a top 25 battle looks like. This is what the postseason feels like as these two teams try to come away with a win.
UNC tied for first with Stanford and Pitt with a 9-1 mark. SMU a game back at 8-2. Remember, Louisville won earlier this week, so they're sitting right there up near the top of the league's best as well. SMU has scored back-to-back points. They're up 8-6. First to 15, wins it in the 5th. North Carolina back within 1. That's Lainey Smith. Another fine performance tonight for the sophomore. She's got 13 kills. Second to Hampton tonight. Both teams won a set in very overwhelming fashion. We had 2 other back and forth, highly competitive sets. And this 5th is similar to those. Jones. Jones is wide. So the signal is SMU point.
Yeah,
Mike Scholl has been saving his challenges. He went very quickly to grab that green challenge card. Let's just watch this one. So there's the line judge signaling that that one was in, and Scholl immediately, very quick reaction.
That ball was out.
In or out? That looks pretty odd. That looks clear that that one was out. No, at least from that.
Any part of the ball touches that line, but it does not look like any part touches it there. And we can also take a look at whether the block was anywhere interfering in the possible opportunity to overturn it, but the ball was definitely out. And now the officials can look at whether there was a touch on the block by North Carolina.
Yeah, they'll take a look at all elements to this. Wow, what a pivotal challenge.
Another look that the ball was absolutely out there.
Young Park is our R2. He's still over at the monitor right now, adjudicating everything. This is huge. If they overturn it, North Carolina has gone back-to-back and would tie things up at 8 in this first to 15 5th set. So, Jen, this is exactly what you were talking about. They're going to look to see if there was maybe any UNC player that either made contact with the net or touched the ball.
After review, ball was out. However, there was a net ball. There was a net ball by UNC supporting SMU.
Oh, wow.
You know, that's an interesting caveat of that whole sequence, because North Carolina is the team that was challenging there.
And we're going to see that they get a possible touch right here. On the way down, look at Haley Pierce. Left side there.
Did her arm hit the pin?
Ball goes to SMU.
Boy, the ultimate not so fast sort of situation there. SMU by 2. Wilburn rolled it over, could not convert. Thorpe takes him off of it. UNC scores.
You know, SMU has not been able to make that adjustment with the tip over the block by North Carolina. You get a lot of reaching on the block, and you saw right there that Jones tips that back. It causes a little bit of commotion on the defensive end. When that happens, you gotta let the second line of defense get those balls up so that Jones can be an attacker.
1 point fifth set. Bollinger serves it. Carlson tracks it down, up high to Wilburn. May saves it. Tight to the middle. SMU's got to bump it over. Thorpe.
North Carolina is using the strategy of putting bodies on the floor because it makes it more difficult for SMU to get some transition offense. And you see that one swing sails out. Strategic play on the side of North Carolina.
9 up. The 7th tie of this 5th set. Shear back on the floor for SMU. So Bollinger remains at the service line. Heavyweight bout. 2 of the top teams in the league on Halloween in a 5th set. There's a block. UNC denies Jones, and they pulled in front.
Again, at this point, I've become a fan. Look at Safi Hampton being able to track that ball and elevate, putting her hands over the net.
A timely 4-1 scoring run. Madison Shear just came off the bench. Could not land that one. Hampton can! Timeout UNC in crunch time of this 5th set.
Safi Hampton just goes for the rip. You see number 15 right here. Ball's right at her, just taking for granted that that was an easy dig to get. Shear wasn't able to handle it.
North Carolina with the edge late in the 5th set. Jen, we talked about this trio of offensive weapons and how they were going to have to play above average tonight to KO a top 10 team in SMU, who's been one of the best in the sport for 2 years now. Safi Hampton has the 21 kills, of course, the really gaudy number, but there has been nice distribution tonight.
And again, there are 3 players on the side of North Carolina who have double-digit kills, and one of them is Lainey Smith, number 23, also being a big factor in the offense for North Carolina.
North Carolina has only beaten one ranked team. That was in this building early September against Florida. Tonight, though, they got a top 10 team up against the ropes now. There's been so many things that this team has accomplished this year. A lot of firsts. First time they've done this since 2016, and the last time they won a top 10 matchup was 2016.
Yeah, that might
so
be a,
Jones, by the way,
here.
Jones just converted a wicked kill and then had some words for her opposition. And we had Young Park walk over and give her a warning, it looked like. This is a emotional, intense, high-level top 25 battle in a 5th set. 1 point 5th. Wilburn denied. Carlson up high. Jones That's in.
Now you see here, Jones gets 1 kill there, and she says, "Where are you at?" And you see the down official come and give her a warning in that. But then she takes a nice cross shot for a set. We're gonna look at number 22 right there. She's gonna get that ball on the left pin, because she wants her team to go down swinging here.
Instead, they go to the middle. That was Taylor. Handled by SMU, but another opportunity. Back to Thorpe. Punched back.
Third one's got to go out.
Instead, it's Thorpe. So no swings for Hampton on that sequence. That's wide, and the UNC block puts them back in front.
And even I thought that for North Carolina, they were going to set Safi Hampton on that left pin. But that's also probably what SMU was thinking. And that's why North Carolina was able to get that point.
9th block for UNC. 1st to 15. Wins this match. You got to win by 2. Carlson tight to Onyanwu. That's down. Even at 12. This tense, competitive, arduous fifth, it continues. Jones serves it. Chelsea Thorpe buries it. Kills for Chelsea Thorpe. One of her better matches. And now a stoppage. It's an SMU challenge.
SMU is challenging the libero handset, and there was an attack line fault.
So
what do you make of that, partner?
What this means is that if the libero, which would have been Maddie May on the side of North Carolina, number 25 in blue, if she was in front of the 10-foot line, the 3-meter line, then your attackers have to stay on the ground.
Okay.
So if she was before the 10-meter line and Chelsea Thorpe obviously aggressively attacked that last point, then the call will be reversed.
After review, there was no attack line fall by libero. Point calls confirmed.
So we can clearly see that Maddie May, blue and 25, was well behind that 3-meter line.
Well, remember, you get the extra challenge back in the 5th set. It's even maybe a savvy way to preserve a timeout, because UNC, boy, they had all the energy and momentum. Each team with 1 challenge left. Final moments of this 5th set, and a pivotal error ties it up at 13. Gotta win by 2. 1st to 15. It's SMU that serves.
Wilburn
will punch it away. Kaza pushes it out. Hampton got it. Match point coming up.
And Onyanwu is looking at R1, saying that Hampton lifted that ball, but there is absolutely no call on that. On a good pass, I'm looking for first tempo on the side of SMU here.
Match point for North Carolina. Hampton serves it. Carlson to Jones. Hit the top of the tape. Pierce. That's a live SMU. Gives him a freebie. Shutter. Got it. It's over. North Carolina with its first top 10 win in 9 years. They
take down SMU and remain atop the ACC.